Hey everyone, this is Erin Bassett. Today I'm going to show you how to etch on glass using your ScanNCut. Okay, to get started, go into ScanNCut Canvas, and when you first log in now, a little pop-up will pop up telling you about the new pattern collections, and to access those, click on Pattern Collections. And those will pop up on your screen, and we're going to go into the Tattered Lace 1 collection. And you can see all the beautiful designs that are there. And so click on the one that you want, and you can go ahead and download it or take it over to your mat to work with it, or you can download all the parts by just clicking that button. So I'm using just the outer ring of it, and I'm going to take it over to my mat to work with it. So once you click on it, it'll take it over to the mat. And now you can just click on your image and, just like always, be able to resize it or do anything else you want to it. And then once you have it perfect the way you want, you can go ahead and click on download. And then go ahead and click on Scan and Cut Transfer. And voila, it's ready on my machine, so I can close that and head over to my machine. Okay, so over on your ScanNCut machine, you will take some black craft vinyl and put it on a ScanNCut mat and load it into the machine. Next, you'll go ahead and click on Patterns, and then click on the ScanNCut Transfer button, and it will retrieve your image. And then you can just click OK, Cut. And if you haven't used this material before, you want to change your blade setting and do a test cut by clicking Add and Test. And it'll walk you all through it. And then we'll just go back to the screen we were on and hit Cut. Make sure everything's attached and start. And once everything's finished, you can unload it. Okay, let's take it to our work surface, and I'll just take this off the mat. And now we can grab some scissors and just cut this down so we're not working with such a big piece. Okay, so now I'm going to start weeding out the vinyl that we're not using. And so just carefully take it off. And I'm going to actually save this little middle piece. It might help me line it up when it's on my bowl. So I am going to just take out this outer part. It's always a little hard to get started. There's this little lip on there that you're able to start the process with, but sometimes it's a little tricky. So once you get it, just peel slowly. If you go too fast, there's a chance that the static or the stickiness could make it stick to itself. So just go slow and make sure you're not taking off any parts that you don't need to. Okay, so now I am going to use this tool that Brother makes, this little craft pick, and pick out all those inner areas that need to come out. And it's a little tricky sometimes to get them out if it's pretty intricate like this design is, but this tool makes it super easy. Okay, so once all those ones are through, I'm going to go ahead and take out all these middle pieces, and this is a little easier just to use my fingers since it's a bigger piece. And once it's all finished, you're ready to get your bowl, and I like to take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just put it on a paper towel and clean my bowl off, and that way I know there's no oils from hands or dust or anything like that on my bowl, and it's a clean surface to work with. Okay, so here's that center, and I'm going to put it on the inside of the bowl, and that way I'll just have a visual of like where the actual center is. So this step isn't really mandatory, you have to do it, but it is helpful. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and I protected my surface with a craft mat, so I recommend doing that, putting down some newspaper or something. And then when you're ready to proceed, go ahead and get the transfer tape, and this is some great gridded transfer paper from Brother, and it's so helpful to have that grid line on it when you're lining up something that's straight. Of course, this is a bowl, so it's not quite as handy for this, but if you're lining up like on a picture frame or anything like that, you'll definitely want to use the gridded transfer paper. So once you apply it on top of your design, use either your nails or like the spatula to be able to burnish that onto your vinyl. And then you can just slowly peel that off of the backing and pick up that vinyl design. Okay, so now we want to put it on our bowl, and again, just line it up as best you can, right smack dab in the center of it. And now because it's rounded, it is a little tricky to apply it on there. So you just want to go slow and take your time. And again, burnish the vinyl onto the bowl so that it'll be able to release later. Now, because we're working on a curved surface, you may find it that you need to clip little parts of it, of the vinyl, to be able to make it lie flat. And so just do that. Your pieces should overlap once you apply it to the bowl, and then you'll be able to get it nice and smooth on there. So once you've burnished your design onto there, you want to start carefully lifting off that transfer paper and making sure you're not peeling off the vinyl accidentally, and it should stick really well if you've burnished it on there. And just slowly peel it off. Okay, now you want to make sure that you have all the pieces stuck on there, and if you have any pieces that are bubbling up a little bit, you remember to take your scissors and just cut it so that it overlaps right there. You want it to be all smooth so the etching cream doesn't get underneath. So see, like right there, I have that little bubble, and I'm just gonna snip it and then be able to have it lie flat. Now, if you're applying your vinyl to a flat surface, such as a picture frame or a plate, you won't need to do this step. It's just super easy to just put it on and rub it on, and you're good to go. But these curved ones do have a bit of a learning curve to it, so to speak, that you have to clip it and make sure it's smoothed on there. So once you're ready, go ahead and open up your etching cream and stir it up really well. And then you're going to take a tongue depressor is what I like to use. You could use a paintbrush as well, and just start smoothing it on there. And I did the top of my bowl first and then the bottom section of it. So I'll just speed this up so it won't be painful to watch. So once you have it all covered, you want to go ahead and follow the instructions on how long to leave it on your bowl. And then I like to scrape just a little bit off of there before I go wash it off. And again, you want to be very careful when you're scraping it. You don't want to peel off your vinyl design or you're going to have some problems. So just carefully do that. In fact, you don't even have to. If it makes you nervous, you can just go straight to your sink and start washing it off as the manufacturer recommends. Okay, so once I rinsed it off, this is what it looks like, and I put some blue tissue paper inside my bowl so you'd be able to see my design a little bit better. But it's a fun project, great to store your little trinkets in. For more information about ScanNCut, go to scanncut.com. And for more ideas and inspiration, visit erinbassett.com.